So earlier today I was patrolling in the park, right, and it was a beautiful day. So I was just walking around, minding my own business, and then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this kid runs up and he shoves me, and he yells, "Tag, you're it!" And I'm like, what the hell, what is this, some kind of game? So I start chasing him around, and I'm putting on the burners, right, because this kid is fast. And he's running around, he's giggling, he yells, "You're never gonna catch me!" And I'm like, oh, when I catch you, I'm gonna beat your ass. So then, we're running around all over the park, and then he trips and he falls in a sandbox. And I'm like, oh, I got you now, you little bastard. And then, he kicks sand in my face. And I'm like, oh, you're not gonna kick sand at me. So I punch him in the face, and I'm like, "Tag, you're it!" And then he starts crying, and then his mom runs over, and she's like, "You just punched my son in the face." And I'm like, "Yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it?" So I throw her on the ground, and I start arresting her, and then all these people run up with their phones out, and they start taking videos of me, and I'm like, that's not good. So I start throwing haymakers. I start punching everybody there who has a phone.
And okay, we were playing dodgeball, and you guys didn't have a dodgeball, so you decided to start throwing baseballs at my face. That's why I have a black eye.
I was on my $300 million private jet, and you know it cost $300 million because I fly a banner off the back of it letting you know how much I paid for it. Well, on the jet, I have a map of the world, and I throw a dart at it, and wherever the dart lands, that's where the jet takes me next. So I was throwing a dart, and Chives walked right in front of it, and it hit him in the eye. I'm like, "Damn it, Chives, you got in my way!" And then all of a sudden, a baseball crashes through the window of the airplane, and Chives gets sucked out. So I stick my head out the window, and I said, "Chives, get your old ass back in here or you're getting a spanking." Well, obviously, he doesn't listen, so I grab my parachute, and I parachute after him. And I land in some random park, and I see Chives hanging out of a bush. So I walk up to him, and I start giving him a spanking. I said, "Don't you ever run away from me again, old man." And then I pull out my phone to see where we're at, and a police officer comes up and punches me in the eye. And then he steals my phone. So now I'm surrounded by all these poor people, and this is the most embarrassing thing ever.
I take all their phones so there's no evidence of what I did, and I run away.
I was trying to make a triple chocolate cake, the hugest cake, and out of nowhere, a fly came flying in my kitchen, and I couldn't let it touch the chocolate cake. It's too beautiful. So I picked up a rolling pin and tried to swat it like crazy. Swat it, get out of here, fly, go! And then the fly took the rolling pin from me and started beating me up in my face like crazy. And then it called his fly homeboys, and they pulled up in the box Chevy and said, "Wrong neighborhood, nigga," and started beating me up like crazy. They took the cake,
So I run back to my house with all the phones I stole from the people at the park, right? And I throw them down on the counter, and I'm like, "Honey, sell these phones on eBay, because we're gonna need the money for all the lawsuits we're about to get." So she asked me where the phones came from, and I said I confiscated them from some criminals. She goes, "Okay, well, I made you some pizza rolls for dinner." So I start jumping up and down, because I love me some pizza rolls. So I grab a handful of them, and she's like, "Careful, honey, those are hot." And I'm like, "Shut up, bitch!" So I start shoving those pizza rolls in my mouth, right? And then, my mouth is on fire. Those pizza rolls are boiling hot. They're burning the crap out of my mouth. I mean, they burn the roof of my mouth so bad, I got a little piece of skin that's hanging down, and I keep playing with it with my tongue. It sucks. And then my wife has the audacity to say, "I told you they were hot." So I throw the plate at her. I'm like, I know what I did wrong. You don't have to tell me. I should have listened. I know, shut up. So then I'm in a bad mood, right? And then I hear the doorbell ring, and I'm like, uh-oh, this must be the angry mob from the park. They want their phones back. But it's not. It's just some Girl Scouts selling Girl Scout cookies. So then I open the door, and they say, "Do you want some Girl Scout cookies?" And I'm like, hell yeah, I want some Girl Scout cookies. Shut up. Why am I even here? Take my money. So I give them a 20, right? And then, you're not going to believe this. The Girl Scout says, "Okay, your cookies are going to be here in 2 to 3 weeks. What? I'm like, what the hell? What kind of Ponzi scheme is this? Are you even really a Girl Scout? So I punch her in the face and I take my money back. 2 to 3 weeks for cookies? What is this, the new iPhone of Girl Scout cookies? I'm not going to pre-order cookies. That's ridiculous. I could order cookies on Amazon Prime and get them faster. So I was walking to the store to buy cookies, right? And then I hear this roar sound and I look over and I see Godzilla destroying the city. And I'm like, well, that's not really my problem. And then I see Jeffy playing in the street with a baseball. And then I look up and I see a plane falling out of the sky. And it's about to land right on top of Jeffy. So I run over and I push Jeffy out of the way of the plane and I save his life. And then Jeffy thanks me. And then all of a sudden a little piece of meteor falls out of the sky and hits Jeffy right on the helmet. And I'm like, wow, it's a really good thing you're wearing that helmet. That could have been bad. So I go to the store and I buy myself some Chips Ahoy and I'm happy. And then Will Smith from Men in Black walks up and he wants to wipe our memory so we don't remember Godzilla. So I just run away. But then he slaps Jeffy right in the face, giving him a black eye, and then wipes his memory. So I sit down on the couch and I'm like, 2 to 3 weeks for cookies, my ass, I say as I shove a cookie into my mouth in anger. And then I hurt myself because I remember I already burned my mouth on the pizza rolls.